Understanding stress is crucial for a good life. Stress is a convincing motivator. It's a necessary component of our biology, our existence, an alarm system for our survival. I used to try and become completely stress-free. It didn't work. It never will work. It's an unrealistic way to look at it. You see, I saw it as a major inconvenience to my life because I was stressed out all the time. And I just wanted it to go away. I wanted to feel healthier, happier, be able to deal with life situations. But I was missing its important message. Stress is like a signal. It's up to us how we interpret that signal to find solutions. Let's say we've got a physical symptom of stress, like gut issues. You've got an uncomfortable feeling in your stomach, you've got bloating, you've got cramping, and you're having a generally unpleasant time on the toilet. You go to see your doctors. They prescribe you some painkillers which help, but they don't really solve the issue. You decide to take a step back, be objective, be a bit curious, figure out what might be the cause. You look at your diet. You think, if I change my diet, will it make a difference? So you look at all the potentially problematic foods and drinks, like dairy, gluten, you've got peanuts, alcohol, etc. And you reintroduce them one by one and see how it goes. You have a bit of dairy, doesn't seem to be any issues. You have some peanut butter, delicious, and no issues. You have some bread with gluten in it, and boom, before you know it, you're back on that toilet cursing yourself for having that delicious donut. But this is good news. You've now found the cause of your stress. But there's a conundrum now, though. Do you still carry on eating all those gluten foods and drinks that you've got used to having and enjoying, knowing it will make you unwell, or do you give them up to feel better? This is what happened to me. It was a challenge, but after many years of going back and forth eating gluten, I just decided, you know what, I'm so sick and tired of feeling unwell that I just let it go. All the bread, the pizza, the cakes, the donuts all contain gluten and not needed and not necessary for a good, happy life, although some of you may disagree with that. But it was just time to let it go, and it was actually a relatively easy fix. It can be a bit more complicated when it comes to psychological causes of stress. You've got childhood traumas, limited beliefs, and unsavory role models that can lead to experiencing more day-to-day angst, which could be avoided. Let's say you grew up thinking you need external validation from other people in order for you to feel secure and confident within yourself. You've got this constant underlying feeling of anxiety. You're aware of people, you're wondering how they perceive you, and this anxiety is only relieved when they give you affection or praise. Your whole sense of self is in the hands of someone else. You struggle to meet new people, build new relationships, and assert yourself. You think you might need to prove your worth by improving your external situation. Maybe a better car, a bigger house, maybe if you look fitter, stronger, or wear more designer clothes, that it'll impress others and that you can feel good about yourself, at least for the short while. But because this is based on other people's opinions of you and not of your own, then it's out of your control. It's going to lead you to have more stress. And many people go down this path unknowingly. If this is your view of the world, then is it any wonder why you'll feel anxious and fearful most of the time? But can you understand why it might be important to know about stress, how it affects you? There are web-like layers of beliefs, thinking habits, perceptions, which underpin something like an external validation mindset. And it can be a challenge to unravel this sticky layer and make lasting change. By default, our mind desires certainty. if our mindset is based on how other people judge us, then how can we ever be certain? You've got 8 billion people on this planet who would have to show you love and appreciation all the time, and even then it wouldn't be enough. Why? Because the issue is in your own mind. And until you change it, it's going to persist. However, because it is in your own mind, you can influence it to change it for the better. I used to think stress was a hindrance. I still do at times. But I can honestly say now, I think it's one of life's best teachers. It's that alarm when you've got pain. It's that anxiety when you're struggling to make an important decision. It's telling you, I'm not sure about this. Let's have a think and see if we can figure it out. It's the survival system designed to protect us. I believe we should live our lives as authentically as possible. When we understand who we are, we make better decisions. When we know who we are and we know what we stand for. By coming from this place of knowing, we can improve our mental and physical state in a more productive manner. Stress is most certainly inevitable. When my grandfather passed away, the feeling of grief was so intense. However, it was nowhere near as bad as how my grandmother was feeling. I had a conversation one day when we were both feeling the emotions of it, and I said, Nan, I can understand why we feel this hurt and this pain, and it is okay. And she looked at me curiously and said, what do you mean? I said, we feel this way because of how much he meant to us. If we didn't love him, then we wouldn't feel this pain when he passed away. How can we love someone and not feel saddened by them when they're gone? Now, was the inevitable stress of my grandfather passing away worth it? Worth that, all those years of building a relationship with him? Absolutely. I cherish that relationship. The bottom line is, we cannot avoid stress, and neither should we strive to. It's better to understand it, adapt to it, and then remove anything that's unnecessarily stressful in our lives. Just by having this understanding, overall perception, we can change our lives, change the way we view our day-to-day challenges, and hopefully that will help with stress. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next video.